What's going on, YouTube? Savage Tiger again. And I'm here to do my preview, my game preview, and at the end do a score prediction for the LSU Auburn game on Saturday in Auburn, Alabama at 6 p.m. Central. It's a night game in Auburn, yeah. Night game. We know how tough it is. I just wanted to start by listing our injury report. Let's see. Whoever we have it, Major Burns is out for like a couple more weeks. So we played well without him last week, but this is an SEC game. We're gonna need him. We're gonna need Joe Fucha, a transfer from Arkansas, was serving a 4-game suspension due to having some issues with his credits transferring to LSU. So, but this is going to be his first game, and people saying he's a really good player. So, I hope he can fill in nicely, and I believe we're going to do great, man. Armani Goodwin, a running back, we say that he was day-to-day, and as of today, he's been ruled out for this game, and it's disappointing a little bit, but it's not. We have 3 other backs that can produce, so it gives them an opportunity. I believe we're going to be, as long as we're with those 3 backs in our passing game, as long as we're 2-dimensional on offense, we're going to be just fine in this game, man. We're going to cruise to a victory. So it's a bit. I wanted him to play, but it's not going to happen. We're going to rest him, and he'll be back real soon. Though he's not. He's probably just going to miss this week. I think it's not a very serious injury at all, so that's good. B.J. Ojolari, who missed last week, he'll be back. He's expected to start. So is who's that player? Shoot, I don't even know. I think another defensive lineman. And Garrett Dellinger, our starting center, or he was starting at center first, but then we moved him to tackle. He is going to be out for this week, but it's not a serious injury at all. But, just let the injury heal, man. I think we'll be fine. Because our offensive line has been getting better, so it'll be all good, man. Where do I start, though? Auburn is in his 2nd year with the head coach, Brian Harsin. Came from Boise State and did relatively well there. That's where they hired him, and so far it has not turned out to be good for them. They ended the season. They still got bowl eligible, but lost to Houston, a bad Houston team in the Birmingham Bowl last year. They finished 6 and 7. They did almost win the Iron Bowl. Normally a bad Auburn team does not win an Iron Bowl, but they almost did it, and it was. So where I'm going to start off is saying Auburn still has I think they still have a good defense. They lost some. They might have lost some people, but so far in the games they've played, they've proven to be decent. I mean, for like maybe the first half, most of the first half, they were played really well, even though they got blown out like 41-12, I think, against Penn State in their own home. They're still decent, but I think Penn State also could be pretty good, but I'm not sure, honestly. We're gonna have to see more of that later, but I think they're decent on defense, Auburn, and if you can make adjustments on them, you're gonna score some points on them, and that's what we're looking for do as an offense. If I know that if we can move the ball, be 2-dimensional, and if they're playing good and we can make some adjustments and get into our rhythm, then we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna put up some points over there, and You know, it's a tough place to play. It's one of the toughest stadiums in the country to play a night game. It freaks me out, man. But you know, this is first road game for Brian Kelly as a head coach in the SEC. This team is going to finally get tested on the road. I don't care how bad this Auburn team might be this year. I don't know honestly how people predicted them preseason to go 5-7. That means to not make a bowl, to have a losing season. No, actually, take that back. Some were predicting to go 4-8. Some people predicted to go 5-7. But still, they're predicted to have a losing season. Right now, they're 1-3. Yeah, they're 1-3. I think either 1-3 or 2-2. But they just do not look good right now, and especially offensively. And look, I'm trying to be nice, and because I don't hate Auburn as a program. As an LSU fan, I never hated Auburn. Even if they've blown us out probably twice in my lifetime, as I can remember. 2014, it was both in Auburn. 2014 and 2020, it was. Even with that, I can't hate them. Yes, I want some revenge, but that doesn't mean I hate that team. Last year, they beat us in Baton Rouge for the first time since 1999, since the year I was born, and it broke a long streak for this century. This is the first win in Tiger Stadium this century. And, you know, it was a historically bad team of a century for LSU last year, with us going 6-7 as well. So, but about this year, I think LSU's getting better every week, like I've always been saying. Auburn is I just don't know what to think of them right now. It's still early in the season, but it doesn't look good for them. And they're saying the coach might get fired. If not during the season, he'll probably at the end of the year, if it's a bad season for them. He might not even make it to 3 seasons as a head coach, because it's just it's going sideways for them. They've lost some recruits. They're not recruiting as well as they used to under Gus Malzahn, and that is bad for their program. Man, I think they're good defensively. And if you don't make adjustments on them, it could be big trouble for our offense. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to make to really know what we're doing, be two-dimensional, you know, be able to pass, be able to run. We have to play disciplined football. It's a ruckus crowd in there. You cannot. We have to avoid all the false start penalties, illegal procedures, all the penalties that put you behind the chains because of crowd noise and not being able to, execute your assignments. But as long as we come prepared with that, we're going to be just fine. I think that's the biggest key is LSU's offense. Can they put up enough points to pull away on a pretty decent to good Auburn defense? I'm not, honestly, I don't mean to sound cocky at all when I say this, but I am not worried about Auburn scoring too many points. Offensively, they're just not very good. The only bright spot I see on the offense is the running back, Tanks Bigsby. They have a couple, and Jarquez Hunter. Those are the two good backs they have, and we have to be able to tackle well against them. Limit their yards. Really be physical at the point of attack. That's going to be key. But I do not believe they're going to be able to throw the ball, even though this is an inexperienced secondary, but it's getting better each week. They just do not have a quarterback that is a threat. They have our former quarterback, TJ Finley, but he is not going to be playing due to injury. So they're going to start Robbie Ashford. And I've seen a little bit of him play in this season, and he can, what I've observed is that he can run. When he hits his open lanes, he can fly. So he's got some speed on the running attack. So we have to be on our discipline. We have to know where he is, and we have to get to him as fast as we can, which I believe we're capable of doing just fine. and I don't believe he's a very accurate passer, or he doesn't have that much of an arm threat to us. And Auburn has one decent receiver, and one tight end. I don't know the tight end's name, but I think the receiver's name is Javarius Johnson. He's probably their leading receiver, and he's the one you hear about. But otherwise, I mean, but he's not like, I'm sure he's pretty good, but it's not like, he doesn't like jump off the charts like, wow, you're gonna like someone you just have to game plan around, you know, for your defense. But as long as you stick to the game plan, I trust the coaching staff to get a good game plan on both sides of the ball for this game. Like I said, it will be a tough game because of the crowd. It's one of the toughest stadiums to play. It's hard to beat them at home. I know Penn State blew them out, and I think Penn State's a good team, but I don't know for sure. They're actually ranked. LSU is still not ranked, but you know, we're just gonna see, man. It's time to right now I'm just talking about it, and I'm telling you what I think, and based on what I've seen from these two teams, and this is what I think really can happen in the eyes of an LSU fan. I really think we're gonna win this game. Not just win, but I think we're gonna win pretty handedly. We're gonna pull away in the fourth quarter. That crowd is not gonna get to us as much. That is the main key that determines us in this game. Not letting the crowd getting us all game. Like, if the crowd is in us, it affects us the whole game. It could be a problem for us, and we could be in trouble. So we have to stay clean there with penalties and just play disciplined football and execute our assignments. That's on the road. And if you can do that, that shows a lot about our football team and how fast it's growing, how fast the foundation is being set, and that we're buying into the coaching staff, buying into the process that we're trying to build here. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm afraid that's all I got for this preview, and my hype and hate will be out tomorrow night. It's gonna be some trash talk for the Auburn fans. You know, I usually don't like to. I'm a friend of Auburn's. I will pull for him in a lot of games. Especially, we're like best friends on Iron Bowl. Me and any Auburn fan can be best friends on Iron Bowl day. But it's only one day that we can't be friends. We have to be kind of enemies, and that is when LSU and Auburn play, and that is this weekend. So right now, strictly business, and stay tuned for the hype and hate videos. Good trash talk will be out tomorrow. Otherwise, I just gotta end with my score prediction here. If I had to pick a score in this game, I'd say LSU wins this game about 38-10. Yeah. Go Tigers. You know what it is.